Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Tuesday, April 27th, 2021. Welcome to Day 98. The CDC says Americans who are fully vaccinated against the coronavirus no longer need to wear masks outdoors in most situations except for large gatherings. New guidance says people who are fully vaccinated can go without masks outdoors when walking, running, or biking, or gathering in small groups with friends outdoors. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky said over the past year, we have spent a lot of time telling Americans what they cannot do, what they should not do. Today, I'm going to tell you some of the things you can do if you are fully vaccinated. Despite declining coronavirus infections and deaths in the United States, the CDC does still recommend wearing a mask even for vaccinated individuals when in public settings indoors and outdoors where there is a substantial risk of COVID-19 transmission. This includes concerts, sporting events, and other crowded gatherings. Joe Biden said beginning today, gathering with a group of friends in a park or going for a picnic, as long as you're vaccinated and outdoors, you can do it without wearing a mask, adding that it was a beautiful day. Moving on, the Department of Homeland Security limited ICE's ability to arrest immigrants in or near courthouses. ICE officers will now only be allowed to make civil immigration arrests near a courthouse when it involves national security, a risk of imminent death or harm to anyone, the hot pursuit of someone who is a threat to public safety, or when there is a risk of destruction of evidence in a criminal case. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas said that the Trump administration's expansion of civil immigration arrests at courthouses had a chilling effect on individuals' willingness to come to court or work cooperatively with law enforcement. Meanwhile, Mayorkas also launched an internal probe to address the threat of domestic violent extremism within the Department of Homeland Security. The task force will provide a comprehensive review of how to best prevent, detect, and respond to threats related to domestic violent extremism within DHS. The review comes after the Pentagon completed its 60-day stand-down to address extremism after several veterans were found to have taken part in the Capitol riot. Back in D.C., Biden is expected to propose an $80 billion funding boost for the IRS and increased authority to combat tax dodging by the wealthiest Americans. The administration projects that the plan would generate about $700 billion over 10 years in net revenue. If approved, individuals who earn more than $400,000 a year would face a higher likelihood of a tax audit. And finally, Biden signed an executive order to raise the minimum wage paid by federal contractors to $15 an hour. The raise, up from $10.95 an hour, would begin in January 2022, and agencies would have to implement the measure by March. And in the polls, CNBC and Monmouth University say 68% of Americans support Biden's $2 trillion infrastructure proposal, while 29% oppose it. And the Washington Post says 25% of American women say they are financially worse off today than they were before the pandemic began, compared to 18% of men. 27% of non-white Americans say they're worse off now versus 18% of whites who say the same. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.